When victory weighs more than the trophy, picture this. You just achieved something huge. You made the sale, you won the match, you got the promotion, everyone's cheering, confetti falls, you hold the trophy aloft. But inside, your chest tightens. There's a hollow echo. Somewhere between the applause and that moment, you hear something faint. Was this worth the cost? Most people don't stay to hear that echo. They discard it, celebrate, move on. But what if that echo is wisdom speaking? Laozi in chapter 31 of the Tao Te Ching teaches us that every victory has shadows, that true leadership recognizes what was lost, not only what was won. When you win a war, you celebrate by mourning. It's not morbid, it's mature. It's what separates leadership from tyranny. This might be one of the hardest lessons to embody, to lead with strength but also with grief, to hold soft space inside your triumph, to recognize that with power comes responsibility, not to glorify destruction, but to honor what the journey has cost. This lesson is for the leader, performer, artist, teacher, anyone chasing excellence. Victory without awareness is empty. I invite you now into a deeper way. Chapter 31 of the Tao Te Ching: fine weapons are implements of ill omen. People may despise them, so those with the way do not dwell with them. Therefore, the place of honor for the cultured is on the left, while the honored place for the martialist is on the right. Weapons, being instruments of ill omen, are not the tools of the cultured, who use them only when unavoidable. They consider it best to be aloof. They win without beautifying it. Those who beautify it enjoy killing people. Those who enjoy killing cannot get their will of the world. The left is favored for auspicious things, the right for things of ill omen. So the subordinate general is on the left, the top general on the right. That means when you are in ascendancy of power, you handle it as you would a mourning. When you have killed many people, you weep for them in sorrow. When you win a war, you celebrate by mourning. Here are key passages from chapter 31. Fine weapons are ominous tools. People despise them. Those aligned with the way avoid them or use them only when forced. The cultured and the martialist both understand it is best to be aloof, not to beautify weapons or the act of killing. When comparing victory to mourning, when many people are harmed, we weep as with grief. When we win, we treat it like a funeral rite. Victory requires humility. Let these lines sink in. The price of unexamined victory. We live in a culture that celebrates the win. Social media medals, public affirmations. Look how far I've come. I made it. They didn't believe in me. We build identity on achievements, but Laozi warns the tools of victory, of weapons, literal or metaphorical, leave behind harm, invisible wounds, brambles in the path where armies marched. When you force or conquer, even subtly, there are casualties within yourself, your community, your relationships. I once coached a young martial artist named David. He was relentless. He won tournaments, set records, bought all the best gear. He had everything outwardly, but in his home, his temper flared, his friendships frayed, his sleep was restless. He told me, I feel like I need to keep winning because if I stop, the people around me won't respect me. One year, after winning a national title, he sat alone in the locker room. The victory felt empty. He realized, I may have earned respect, but I've lost peace. David's win was visible, but inside, he had lost connection to his own center. Laozi urges us to see that every victory demands something: humility, remembrance, mourning. Leadership without arrogance, what that looks like. So what does leadership without arrogance look like? Restraint. You use power when you must, not because you can. Sorrow in success. After the fight or the effort, you pause, you feel the cost, you honor the ones who suffered, metaphorical or real. Non-celebration of harm. You don't glamorize injury, defeat, destruction, or sacrifice. You know they are part of the soil from which success grew, but you don't dress them in gold. Gentle humility, you give credit, you recognize others, you hold your ego in service to a bigger good. These qualities are rare because leaders often get rewarded for ego, but the Tao says, those who lead by being aware of the cost, who do not rejoice in destruction, who maintain their compassion, they are lasting. Let me share another story. Amara was a startup founder. Late nights, big vision, huge wins, Series A funding, public praise. She scaled fast, but inside, burnout was growing. She made decisions that harmed people, layoffs, compromises on values, pushing team beyond sustainable limits. One day, after a big fundraising success, she scheduled a dinner for her team. Toasts were made, champagne poured, but mid-toast she stood, asked everyone to close their eyes and said, "We did something worth celebrating, but I want us to also remember the stones we stepped on, the people we asked too much from, the times I didn't show up. Some of us lost trust for a moment. Some of us lost rest. I want to honor that too." Her team wept, not because of the loss alone, but because someone had the courage to mourn what so often goes unnoticed. In the months after, Amara built a more humane culture. Decisions became more considerate. Wins became quieter, sweeter. She started to feel strong again, not because she dominated markets, but because she stood in integrity. This is leadership in the Tao, victory with a heavy heart. 3 inner shifts for leaders. How do you move toward leadership that holds victory in grief, strength, and humility? Here are 3 inner shifts. 1. Shift from win for self to lead with service. Ask, who is this victory for? If the answer is just me, you'll always carry tension. If it's for the team, for community, for purpose, then your power expands without needing to dominate. 2. Shift from battle mode to right mode. View major achievements like rights. You prepare, you act, you honor what came before and after. Let celebrations be tempered with gratitude. Let success be followed by silence or reflection. 3. Shift from glory to gravity. Glory is flashy, loud, external. Gravity is grounded, internal, unseen. Oh, let your weight be felt in presence, not in applause. Build consistency, values, kindness. These have weight. They outlive glory. Here are 2 practices you can incorporate in your life this week. Action. 1. The post-victory mourning ritual. When you finish a major project, deliver a performance, or win something meaningful, 1. Take a moment alone, quiet space. 2. Reflect on who or what was harmed, sacrificed, compromised, or strained. 3. Speak aloud or journal your gratitude for gain and your sorrow for cost. 4. Bow, pause, let tears or silence cleanse. Even doing this once sends ripples. You rehumanize your power. Action 2. The leadership mirror check. Once per day, ask yourself, in what way did I lead today from arrogance or need? In what way did I lead from humility and presence? No judgment, just awareness. Over time, your inner compass sharpens. You begin choosing humility without needing checklists. Why does this matter for performance, leadership, and life? You might be thinking, I need to win. I can't afford to show weakness. If I don't lead aggressively, someone else will take over. Yes, there are times to assert. There are moments when strategy demands strength. But the Tao is not asking you to give up strength. It's asking you to anchor strength in humility, because unchecked strength breeds resistance. Power that is flaunted eventually alienates, isolates, damages. Leadership without arrogance builds legacy. It preserves relationships. It sustains energy. It keeps you from breaking. In athletics, leaders who lead by empathy, by example, by presence, endure longer. They avoid burnout and they build teams that follow them, not because they fear them, but because they trust them. In business, leaders who show care, who mourn what was lost in pursuit of success, who don't dress every victory in hype, these are the ones who build brands people believe in. The funeral of a war Laozi says, When you have killed many people, you weep for them in sorrow. When you win a war, you celebrate by mourning. This image is vivid and heavy, victory as a funeral. What war are you waging now? Internal, external? Perhaps your war is the one with time, the one with others' expectations, the one you fight every morning in your mind to prove yourself. Let your wins be treated as funerals, not to punish yourself, but to anchor humility, not to diminish your achievement, but to guard your heart. The way of the yielding warrior is strength without supremacy, power without pride, winning, yes, but with a heart that knows the weight. If this lesson landed with you, share it with someone who's been celebrating wins too loudly or too quickly. Leave a comment below. What victory do you need to mourn before your next one? And if you want more depth like this, join our 81-day Tao Challenge to train presence, humility, and aligned leadership every morning.